Example 11. What rule do you guys feel we should use for example 11? Any thoughts? Product rule, quotient rule, chain rule. I shouldn't have said chain rule because I didn't teach it to you. I shouldn't have said product rule first because that's the answer. I should have said like constant multiple rule, sum rule, difference rule, product rule, quotient rule. Anyways, you guys are right when you use a product. How many products do you see here? You actually see 2 products, right? So I think the first thing we could do is we could write this as, we could put like parentheses here. So we go to calculate this. This is the derivative is going to be the derivative of the first function. You keep the second function. Plus the derivative of the second function. And you got to keep the first function. And the first term here, this is easier to simplify. This is just f prime of x times g of x times h of x, like this. And now we got to evaluate what's inside the square bracket. So is it clear to you guys what rule we need to use to do this guy? This is also a product rule. So this question is a double product rule. Okay. So we need to use the product rule here. So when I use the product rule on that guy, it's going to be the derivative of the first thing. The derivative of the first thing is g of x. So I'm going to put g prime of x. You got to keep the second thing, so that's h of x, plus now you take the derivative of the second thing, which is h prime of x, and you keep the first thing, which is g of x, all times f of x. Is there any questions about that? No questions. So I'm going to distribute this and simplify just so you'll see a cool little pattern. Okay. So I'm going to distribute this f to the sum inside the square brackets. And I'm going to write it. We have 3 things multiplied together. It doesn't matter the order you write it in. So I'm going to write the f part first. So when I distribute, I get f prime of x, g of x, h of x, plus f of x, g prime of x, h of x, plus f of x, g of x, h prime of x. That's what I get after I distribute. Is there any questions about how I got this answer? No questions. Does anyone see any cool kind of pattern here when I look at the derivative? I'm just mentioning it not because it's important, but just because it's kind of cool. If I look, I have 3 terms. And each term has the same kind of shape. It's f, g, h, f, g, h, f, g, h. The first term, I take the derivative of the first guy. The second term, I take the derivative of the second guy. And the third term, I take the derivative of the third guy. It's just kind of cool that it worked out that way. I wonder if we took a derivative of 4 things, if you'd have like 4 things like that, and then the derivative kind of moves across each of the 4. I don't know if that's true. I'm just curious. Doesn't matter. Let's move on.